community, Jeff here again. Let's do another contest, knock out a couple of these. This is for Sam St. John. Now, I discovered his channel actually through this contest, and which is the benefit of having a contest. Everybody knows that. You have a contest, other people join your contest, their fans or their followers see the contest, they like your channel. Everybody has fun, everybody grows, everybody learns new people, and that's what happened here. Sam, I've watched a couple of his videos, great stuff. Obviously, big difference in taste musically. You know, he's definitely more Americana classic, stuff like that. So, but hey, he didn't limit the contest to just those things. So, again, maybe you like a lot of that diverse stuff. So, if you're a follower of mine that likes more of the hard rock stuff, you may, and you like that stuff, you now can find a new channel. Link will be below for his contest entry. The drawing will be March 17th. So, you've got a little bit of time. I want to jump on this. I've had it written down actually for, wow, more than a week. Contest has been going for, I guess, about 2 weeks. I learned about it soon after. Now, interesting enough, though, I am going a totally different route because the question is the last 5 artists you listen to. Now, I am sticking with vinyl because I do listen between, you know, work. I listen to stuff on the computer, which is digital, and I listen to vinyl. And I'm sticking with vinyl. And the last 5 that I listened to are actually the last 5. I'm going to throw in a 6th. The last 6 records that I bought, because when I first buy them, I bring them home, do some minor cleaning, and I give them a spin. And that's what I did with these particular releases. I went back to that. I haven't even shown these in a video. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone because I'm going to show them here. And so, yeah, now you know what the latest that I bought was. Now, this is going back to that same store that I had mentioned in a previous video, a local store where I found, and I was trying to get the $5 a piece or 3 for $12. So you get them for $4. And so that was when I got the mountain and all that, that funny story that I told, well, at least I thought it was funny. Went back to that store, and I walked in, and they had the new release rack, and right on the top of the new release rack was a very loosely used the term Grail. It's an album that I really want and I've been looking for, but I didn't really want to pay big prices for it, and I've just been looking for, hey, let's find a copy in the wild, and boom, there it was. And I thought, well, there's a copy of that album for at least $4, and it has the cover that I want. And so that started it, and as I was flipping, I kept finding other stuff. Apparently somebody sold a bunch of 80s, 70s and 80s type stuff, and there was a bunch of 80s pop in there, but this is the one that stood out to me. The first Captain Beyond album with the lenticular cover. I've seen bootlegs of this, I've seen regular, but, you know, this copy with the lenticular cover, I mean, you know, there's a couple different versions, but 1972. This is where the singer, the original singer from Deep Purple, Rod Evans, he was one of the founding members of Deep Purple, and the first couple Deep Purple albums, then he left and went on to do Captain Beyond. And I was surprised. I walked in there and it was staring at me. Top shelf, right when you walk in, the rack's facing the door. Top rack, right in front. I'm just like, oh, it was like, you know, put a little angel light around it. Woo! I listened to it most of the way through, and then I put it in my to clean pile where I actually give it a good scrubbing. But I was just so thrilled to have a copy of this. $4, it's a great copy to have. Now I'm flipping through, like I said, and I'm finding 80s type pop stuff. Like Duran Duran's Rio, one of my wife's favorite albums. Had to grab that. It was in great condition. So, listen to this the other day. Great stuff. Never been a fan of his solo stuff. Obviously, I love his band stuff. Actually, I don't have any of his band stuff on vinyl yet. But I thought, you know, I'm going to take a chance. There's 1 or 2 songs on here that I definitely know. Everybody loves this album. I check it out. I listen to it. You know, it's a little bit more the mellower side. But it's great. I picked up the Sting album. It was in great condition too, and again, you know, for $4, I'm going to grab it. So I listened to this recently. I saw this, grabbed this, had no idea. I know the artist, don't know my wife. It's one of my wife's favorite artists. I said, well, I got to get this for her. Didn't recognize any of the songs. This is from the 70s. Don't know if they had any big hits at the time. Everybody knows their 80s stuff. But, you know, this classic, they go back into the soul and stuff. And I had picked up one of their earlier albums from Record Store Day. And that's Hall & Oates. Daryl and John Oates. Beauty on a Back Street. And it's you know, it's not got the big 80s pop type hits on it. It's a little more, you know, bluesy, rhythm and blues, soul. Just got all the stuff that, you know, that they are known for outside of the pop stuff. So, listen to that the other day. enjoyed it. My wife listened to it too. I mean, again, you know, it doesn't have those songs that you know, but you know, you listen to it a couple times, you get to know it. This I've had my eye on. I've seen this pop up here and there. I thought, hey, I'm getting albums for $4. I might as well. I got the best of the Bee Gees. I like the early Bee Gees stuff before it was all disco, because they, to me, a lot of times, you know, they're kind of a psych rock. At times they sound almost Beatlesque. You hear vibes of the Beach Boys and the Beatles. Just that's the style of music that people were doing back then. So I thought, well, let's have a compilation of some of that stuff, the early years. And, you know, I keep seeing this one out there, and so I went ahead and grabbed this. Great stuff. And then let's get some more flack for this, because I mentioned him in a video the other day. I mentioned him in a video the other day and got a little bit of flack, but it was there, and I'm gonna buy it because it's one of the early jazz albums that I had back in the late 80s, early 90s. Little Kenny G, and it was in great condition. And I like Kenny G. I mean, I like sax jazz. I like this stuff. Silhouette, great album. I love it, love it, love it. Great condition, had postcard and everything in there. And so, yeah, that was my sixth album that I picked up. And so, yeah, the only one I turned down, I just couldn't pull the trigger. And since I had so many, I've told myself, hey, you know what? You really poo-pooed this band a lot in the 80s. You hated this band. You hated everything they stood for. You didn't like the look. You didn't like the sound. Now as you get older, you're like, you know, kind of enjoy the songs. I bet you there may be other songs on the album I might enjoy. Anyway, I couldn't pull the trigger, but they had the Culture Club album there. And I'm looking at Boy George, and I'm just like, can I do this? But I couldn't. I had too many albums already. I'm just like, I don't need that. So, but they did have that. So like I said, it was a bunch of 80s type stuff like that. Those were the only bands that I really immediately recognized. There were some other bands that were stuff that I was like, not as familiar with at all. Anyway, Sam, that's for the contest. That's the last 6 things that I listened to just recently. And anyway, here's you've met your goal for the contest as far as going over the number, and so great. Hopefully the numbers keep increasing. Thanks a lot for the contest, and I will see you all later. Rock on. Rock hard.